Good morning, everybody in Northern Arizona. This is Desmond with Prescott Valley Transmissions, Drivetime Radio, Northern Arizona's only live call-in talk show. You already know you're joining us on KYCA 1490 AM. I'm sitting here with Mark Krull. Mark, you want to?
Hello, we're back. We're here.
Southwest Truck and Auto, and you brought with you a superstar.
I did.
Awesome.
Irvin Roberts the Fifth.
Wow. Fifth. That's big time. Sure. Irvin's pretty sharp, man. I definitely pick his brain from time to time, and definitely send a lot of people over to talk to you.
I appreciate that.
Awesome. And we got Ken Freund. Ken, you're our councilman, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And then who did you bring with you?
I brought along Carrie McCann.
Nice.
We're partners in crime.
Awesome. So, folks, this is your radio show. Give us a holler at 928-541-1016. You can ask us anything automotive. That's what we're here for. We're all experts in our own right. Ken's a walking encyclopedia. You've been in this a while, haven't you?
I started working on cars when
Last
I was
week.
9.
I was working on skateboards and bicycles back then. But anyway, so I'm going to start it off. We already got a call, Miss Loretta. Loretta has a 92 Dodge Caravan with some shifting problems. What's going on, Loretta? Were we just kidding?
The name's Lolita. I've called in before.
Oh, I apologize.
It's misspelled on our board.
That's misspelled on our board.
Fine. Hey, listen, I just wanted to ask you, I have a 92 Dodge Caravan, which I brought to your shop. I think it was back in November, and your guys checked it over because I was having the intermittent shifting problems. You would turn it off and then wait a minute and sometimes turn back on again and it'll work. Mm-hmm. They couldn't find anything wrong with it, with the transmission. They thought possibly electrical. Okay. So they sent me down to another gentleman. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name because he happened to be closed that day. So I just took my boy. Anyway, the bottom line is I'm not sure if I want to take it somewhere and try to get it fixed. It's weird. It did this like 10 years ago, and I had the transmission rebuilt, and it didn't do it again until just before I called you, I think back in October and November. Okay. So I don't know whether I should try to have it fixed or checked by somebody else or just give it away. I've had it 27 years, and, you know, we women get emotionally involved with things. Although you guys can get pretty crazy about your vehicles as well, so I understand.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I should try to see if there's something wrong with it or just go ahead and donate it or try to sell it. But I don't know if I could sell it with that intermittent transmission problem, even though they don't fix the transmission.
I got you. I definitely understand. So they couldn't find any codes or nothing?
No, they didn't.
Okay, Miss Loretta. Well, I will be back there on Monday. Lolita. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, brother.
You're welcome. I'm always here to correct you.
So, unfortunately, for the last couple of months, we've had some exciting things happening in our lives, Miss Shannon and I have not been at the shop. But I am back to work full-time as of Monday, and why don't you bring it by and let me take a crack at it. I actually cut my teeth on these things way, 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 way back in the day. When I first entered the industry, these things were just coming out and was quite a big deal. And this, believe it or not, in 1989 was the first adaptive shift transmission. Your transmission started all of this adaptive and relearning and
fuzzy
all of
logic.
This stuff. Yep, fuzzy logic. And so I know these very intimately. Why don't you come see me on Monday, and I will personally take a look at it for you.
Okay, I might do that, but I'm just wondering if I decide not, because like I said, I've had it, the car's like 32, 33 years old.
Yes.
And mechanically it's been good, but it has some other minor problems, but that's the main one I'm concerned about. And
absolutely.
At this point, I don't know if I want to put any more money in it because I canceled the insurance on it because I have another vehicle, a Subaru, which I love. So I don't know whether I should just donate it.
I don't want to deceive you. Even though it's an older car, parts are still expensive. They're still labor intensive. That transmission is still, the last one I built, I want to say was about $3,600. So you really got to love that van to invest in it. But I will tell you, like I tell everybody, when they're making a decision on a vehicle, should they repair it, should they not? I tell everybody, if you love the car, one, you got to like what you're driving. Two, if it hasn't given you any major issues, this is the first major issue, my opinion is it's worth investing in. If the car is nickeling, diming you to death, or you don't really care about it much anymore, don't invest the money. And that doesn't matter whether it's a 92 Dodge Caravan or a 2019 Ram. If my truck was constantly giving me trouble and something major happened, I would dump it in a minute. But mine is, I got 250,000 miles on it right now, and it's never given me any hiccups. So if I was to blow something up tomorrow, I would. If I blew up the engine, I would buy a new engine and put it in there.
And another thing is, if it's intermittent, it might be something as simple as a corroded ground on a battery cable.
Yes.
You know.
So, Miss Lolita, let me take a look at it. We don't charge to look at it, and at least I can point you in a direction, and you will know what you're dealing with. If it's something major, if it's something minor. And Ken is absolutely correct. It could be as simple as a bad ground. It's a computer system, and if it's not getting constant supply of voltage and negative ground, it isn't going to work right, and the computer has no chance of controlling it. And you don't know how many times I've fixed vehicles just by cleaning the battery cables. And Dodge.
It's got a new battery in it.
Awesome.
That's the last expensive thing I put in. It was a $200 battery.
Yeah, I got you. But
so
feel
they
free.
think it might be something electrical because of the fact that it will go back into gear once you cut it off and turn it back on. Not every single time, but most of the time.
So tell me exactly what's happening. It just says shifting problems. What exactly is it doing?
It started doing it. It was rebuilt in California back in I think 2010. I saw the paperwork on it, and that's what it was doing then. And it stopped doing that until just this last maybe 4 or 5 months. When it started doing that again, it won't go, and I can always feel when it's going into gear, and it doesn't. If I I'll pull over and turn it off, and wait maybe 30 seconds and turn it back on again, it'll go into gear. But I never know when it's going to do it or when it's not, and that's why I was leery about taking it way back in there because I was sweating the whole time I took it up there back in November to Prescott because I'm in Chino Valley, and I didn't know whether the old gal was going to shift or I don't want to burn out the transmission by trying to force it, to go into to drive faster when it shouldn't be. It should be in another gear.
So it doesn't intermittently, it will not move at all?
Oh, no, it goes.
Okay.
I've had a rare occasion where while I'm driving, after it's decided to shift into the full gear, all of a sudden it'll jerk.
Okay.
And then it'll go back down into, the first gear.
It's actually second gear. It sounds like it's going into what they call fail-safe or limp-in. And when a computer sees a code, it'll store the code and it'll lock the transmission into second gear. You'll start out in second gear. You'll never upshift to third or fourth. You have second gear until you cycle the key, and cycling the key resets the computer.
And this is
and I noticed it doesn't do anything for the first and second gear, like when you're going down or up a hill. It doesn't do anything in that. It just stays the same. It doesn't shift.
Yep, that sounds. And I got to be honest with you, Lolita. One of the things I struggle with as a business owner is finding good people, and so I have to focus my energies on what we see on a regular basis. And your car is what's called OBD1, and it's a pain in the butt to hook up a scanner to it, and you get very limited data. You really have to know what you're looking at with the older vehicles, and you have to read between the lines of the data. And the new people that we are hiring, the younger generation, people my age, are starting to retire and getting out of this industry. And the young kids, they don't know that. If they can't plug a scanner into it and the scanner point them in a direction, they really struggle. And the same with my shop, any shop. You're going to find shops all over town, all over the country, all over the world that will not work on anything older than 96 because of the early diagnostics. And you really have to have somebody from that generation that knows what they're doing to be able to figure this out. The new people just don't understand the old technology. Would you agree with that, Mr. Ken?
Yeah. Is that one of the ones where you count the blinks? I think some of them you can use the ignition key and cycle it a certain number of times.
3 times.
And and it'll give you blinks. The check engine light will blink.
Yeah, why don't we try that? Miss Lolita, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Is your battery all charged up and everything on your van?
It's
Yes.
new.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Okay, so do me a favor. After we hang up, I want you to go outside, and then I'm going to have you do a little trick, and then call me back and let me know what you're finding. So what you do is you turn the key on to the run position, but don't start it. Then you turn it off. Then you turn it to run. Then you turn it off. Then you turn it to run. And after a few seconds, your check engine light is going to start blinking. And it'll do rapid blinks, and then there'll be a pause, and then it'll do rapid blinks, and then it'll be a pause, and it's going to do this repeatedly. Count the pauses and call me back and let me know. This is an early way of checking codes on an older vehicle.
I said, I'm sorry, count what?
Count the
pauses
check
or
engine
the
light
blinks?
blinking.
Count the blinks, and then
Oh, okay.
and then
Yeah.
whereas there'll be like a 1-3 would be one blink, a pause, and then 3 blinks.
And then a
And
long
then there'll
pause.
be a long pause, and then it will go 1 blink, pause, 3 blinks.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if that
And
makes
if
sense.
if it doesn't do that,
Well, then you may just have a bad computer, which is a fraction of the cost of a transmission, and then I need to look at it and see what's going on.
okay, I'll try that. But just in case I decide to just let it go, donate it to the church or whatever, are there any particular agencies that you would suggest me trying to donate it to?
That's a good question. Do you guys know?
You
I'm sorry,
could
I
certainly
don't.
do the Lions Club. Our buddy, Drivetime buddy John Lonis, is big in the Lions Club.
Or stepping stones. maybe.
Stepping Stones.
They're all going to junk it.
Or the vets.
They're not
the
going to.
vets.
They're not going to
disabled
rebuild it.
vets.
Yeah.
They're not going to rebuild a vehicle.
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't think so.
It's
Yeah.
going to. They're
Or
going
Cars
to
for Kids? Do they still do that?
I think Cars for Kids still does it.
Yeah, but they're going to get like $200 for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
if I'm
200 bucks
donating
is
it, I
better
guess it
than-
doesn't
$200
matter.
in a battery.
Okay, I will try this test and see what happens.
Okay. Give us a
Yeah,
call
let
back
let you
when
know.
we're
Let us know how things work out.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a great day. Okay, we got to take a break, and then Marianne, we got a call from Marianne. But let's take our break. He's cracking the whip on us. I'll see you in just a few minutes, guys. And welcome back, Quad Cities. This is Drive Time, Arizona, Northern Arizona's only live call-in talk show. You're listening to us on KYCA, and we got Marianne. Marianne is thinking about buying a Jeep. Tell us what's going on, Marianne.
Yes, right now I'm driving a Toyota, and
Okay.
I've always wanted a Jeep.
Nice.
And every time I bring it up or I look at one, all I hear is, "Oh no, you'll regret that." No, they're not. They just cause a lot of trouble and everything. And I was just going to call you and ask you. There are so many Jeeps on the road. If it's a Cherokee Jeep or just a Jeep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if there's so many Jeeps on the road, they can't be all that bad.
Well, so the Jeeps are incredibly fun. Fun to drive, fun to take off-roading. What are you going to do with the Jeep?
Just wanted to drive it. That's all. I'm not one to off-road or anything, but my husband and I, we used to have a Jeep when we were first married back in Minnesota, and we just enjoyed it. And now we're thinking, let's go back and get a Jeep because it's just him and I.
Yep.
It's no kids, cats, and dogs.
Nice.
Yeah, but every time we bring it up, we were having supper with some friends, and they go, "Oh no, this changed, and they just caused a lot of grief and trouble, and their money pits and everything." And I'm going,
So, are you thinking about used or new?
Oh, I'd probably buy a good used one.
How old?
Yeah, and I would. My first recommendation is going to be most people buy Jeeps to take off road and to roughhouse in. So do not buy a Jeep without having a thorough inspection done from a reputable repair shop, because you can beat them up and you can
Crack things.
crack things,
Yeah.
break things, wear things out, and they can become a money pit.
Yeah, and I wouldn't go off road with them. I wouldn't.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But before you buy one, have it. And then that was my next question too, Ken. How old are you thinking about buying?
Well, I don't know. I'm just looking for one to I found a nice Cherokee one that I really liked,
Uh-huh.
and I was kind of talked out of it because it's a Jeep. And of course, you know the Toyotas. Everybody loves Toyotas.
Yeah, they never die.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And it doesn't cost us anything. I mean, it's just a darn good car.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I would be getting myself into a little financial trouble there with a Cherokee.
Well, that's the reason why you want to get a thorough pre-purchase inspection, so somebody can
Absolutely.
go over every major system of the car and give you at least a baseline and a heads up on is everything working right? Is it working as designed? Is it within spec? Or are you likely going to have problems with it?
And what kind of a Toyota do you have now?
Oh, I have a Highlander,
Okay.
and it just goes forever and ever. And
Yeah.
but you know, I'm kind of leery when I go into the sales lots here. I'm kind of, you know, everybody lies to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a couple. I got one salesman that just lied to me, and I called him on the carpet with it, and he kind of looked kind of sheepish, you know. But you know, because he did think I knew what I was talking about, and I don't know. I think he just wanted to make a sale. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what commissioned people do. They will, not throwing everybody under the bus. Not everybody is the same, but it's way more likely to happen with commissioned people than non-commissioned people. It just happened to me last week. I went to Disneyland, and when I called the reservation desk, I thought I was calling Disneyland, but I was actually calling a third-party company, and I said, "Hey, do my park hopper passes come in?" 4 times I asked them, "Oh yeah, got to Disneyland," and no park hopper passes. I had to spend an additional $1,300 to go to Disneyland for 3 days.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So that's, so saying all of this, I would highly caution you against getting a Jeep that has been modified. No oversized tires, all these aftermarket accessories, they are not factory. You can get the rare one where somebody has actually installed things correctly and soldered wires together, et cetera, et cetera. But the vast majority of them have not been installed correctly. They don't know what they're tapping into. And so do I see a lot of issues with Jeeps? Absolutely. but usually they've been modified and beat up, but when you do those kind of things, you expect those kind of problems. So if you want to get something clean that you can just drive around, no modifications. You wanted to add something, Ken?
Yeah, hi, this is Ken. I'd like to add a couple of things. First of all, I own a Jeep Cherokee. I've had it for 31 years.
Oh, forever.
And it's an 87 model. And
Holy moly.
I used to be a service manager of a Jeep dealer. So, and I used to have an independent shop that used to work on Jeeps as well. And I was also the editor-in-chief of Peterson's 4x4 Power magazine, which was dedicated to Jeeps. A Jeep is a vehicle that's compromised towards the rough, toward off-road use. So if you're not using it for that, you're making a lot of compromises. You're gonna have to live with a fairly harsh ride.
Oh.
You know, they have a fairly choppy ride. They tend to steer. They kind of steer. It's kind of like the steering column's made out of rope.
Oh.
You know, they wander back and forth. They have kind of most of them have kind of a loose steering feel. They don't track real straight. You know, they wander down the road. They bounce along. They usually have a lot of wind noise, especially the more off-road ones like the TJs and up. You know, the Wrangler type body style. My Cherokee, it's kind of like riding in a metal tool shed in a windstorm.
I think she's
Yeah, a
talking
lot of
about
stuff
newer.
shakes around.
The
The
newer
newer
style
Cherokees are nice.
Yeah, they're more refined.
Oh.
But if you go to the ones like Desmond says, if you go to ones with the big tires and then they have to have heavy shocks and springs, you're going to have a really harsh ride, and it's going to be the tires are noisy, and you're going to lose fuel mileage because of those big tires, and you know, have a lot of cabin noise. Sometimes you can't even hear the radio.
But they are fun.
But they are fun. But mainly if you use them off road. I only use mine for going trail riding mainly, and
Nice.
driving in the snow.
Look for a
But-
shopping mall edition.
Yeah. But so you have to understand that you're going to, and I own a Toyota too, and it's like reliable. It's just like,
Yeah.
I just drove it to Florida and back. It's got 190,000 miles on it, and it hasn't used a quart of oil in 5,000 miles. It hasn't
Nice.
used oil in 5,000.
Yeah, and it didn't give us
But-
any one iota of trouble
But-
at all on the road.
But yeah, so realize that you're going to be in for compromises, and most of the Jeeps don't get very good mileage either.
Okay. Well, I sure appreciate your information.
Awesome,
I've
Marianne. I
replaced-
appreciate the call.
I've replaced
Don't
my
tell
engine.
you this when you go to the car lot.
I replaced my engine once, and I've replaced the transmission 3 times and the rear end once, and that's just part of it.
Oh,
All the wiring harness.
Well, yeah, but you got an 87
Yeah,
Jeep Cherokee that you beat up.
yeah.
well, I am so glad you guys are on the air. I listen every Saturday to you guys.
Awesome.
Like,
Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that.
you know that? How do you know that? And I go, because the guy's on drive time.
Awesome. Okay, folks, he's cracking the whip again, man. It's already break time again.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
So we're
Bye.
going to go ahead and go to this next break and see you on the other side. And welcome back, everybody, to Drive Time, Northern Arizona's only live call-in radio show. And I haven't even mentioned all of our sponsors. I've been terrible. I apologize. I'm a bad host. Forgive me, John, over there at AutoWorks, where you won't find jerks over there at AutoWorks. He just got back from Tennessee. Thankfully, he beat that storm. Lord have mercy, that storm was bad. I could tell you flying through, we were in clouds the entire cross-country trip. 98%, there was no view. It was all clouds. And then we had Louie from Prescott Tire Pros, Prescott Valley. He's right by Waters. Louie's a heck of a nice guy. They do everything bumper to bumper, and but he specializes in tires. He put Michelin's on my wife's Durango. But anyway, I had to mention the rest of our sponsors. Now, Mark, you have Urban with you. And Irvin, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Let's go.
Awesome. What do you do? What do you work on right now, Irvin?
Over at Southwest?
Yeah. What do you
work on RVs, light-duty diesels, heavy-duty. We're specializing more in the heavy-duty side.
So you work on diesel engines?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. How did you get started in this? I know we were just talking about it in the break, so I'm kind of shocking him. He didn't know he was going to be put on the spot.
Started off when I was younger, working in the garage with my grandfather, working on Mustangs, and then as I got older, my other grandfather worked on his diesels all the time, and just dipped my toes into it, and my knowledge grew. And
those were good times, weren't they? Working with Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
I remember very early days working with my grandfather and my father, and anyway, family always got us started. For me, were you always taking things apart when you were little?
Oh yeah.
My parents hated me.
I remember when I was younger, I had I forgot what they're called, but like little racetracks, and I would just take them apart, pull apart the electronics, and I would leave them laying everywhere.
Yep.
Never put them back together.
Trying to figure out how
Mom
they
hated
worked.
me.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I was always into something. Being mechanically inclined was very apparent early on. My dad would lock up the garage so I couldn't get to his tools.
The good news is he's putting everything back together now. We taught him how to do that.
Ain't that the truth? So how long have you been over there at Southwest Truck and RV?
We're coming up on 5 years.
Yeah, 4.5 plus, and he's been there since basically Southwest Truck and RV's been there. I've known Irvin since he was a teenager, and
Younger.
yeah, I always appreciated his work ethic, and we're a family-held business, and Irvin's mom is our bookkeeper, and we also own another business, a medical office, and Irvin's wife is a nurse at the medical office. So
It was like families.
yeah, and it's a little different than maybe some of the companies in town that are national chains, whatever. We have chains that compete with us in the auto repair business and in the RV business. And if you got a problem with us, I don't have to wait to call the district manager or whatever. I'm him.
Yeah, let's have a shout out for mom and pop businesses and shop local.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's how I started mine off.
There you go.
Was being here and living here and loving here. I would just wanted to throw you under the bus real quick, or not under the bus, but put you on the spotlight.
Close enough.
So what is your favorite thing to work on?
As weird as it sounds, I love working on Duramaxes.
Nice.
My favorite engine is probably the LML
Okay.
2011 to be exact. Those things, they're so time consuming, but they make you actually think and how you're going to go back together.
Gotcha.
Where, like a Power Stroke, man, I can do those with my eyes closed now. Done so many of them.
They get boring.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I am with 4L60s. I don't even want to build them anymore. It's like, no, I've already built my 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
Somebody else try.
And Irvin does a whole lot more than just, he's our operations manager. He knows more about the shop, candidly, than I do.
Nice.
Do you know Gail Banks? Gail Banks Engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with him for a lot. Did a lot of magazine work with him on the development of his Duramax designs.
I'm about to get with you because I would love
Yeah.
to meet that man.
Yeah, we're old friends. I used to go to his. He used to have racers parties at his house. He lived right down the street from where Mickey Thompson got murdered in Bradbury Estates.
Okay.
And he used to have Jay Leno at his parties and everybody.
So, what's your least favorite thing to work on, Irvin? Gas.
RVs.
Those are a challenge, ain't they?
To get to the things.
I'm just too fat to squeeze in there.
I know. I was looking at a motorhome and I was like, "Can you raise it up a little bit more? A little bit more."
Yeah.
Don't make me get the jack. Get this thing up.
We do have people that aren't so averse to working on RVs, and we do have the equipment to raise it up, whether it's in our on our alignment rack, which has 36,000 pounds capacity, or outside we have column lifts, and we can lift anything up to pushing 80,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
The
Raising
very
a sub-
first time that we did it on the column lifts, absolutely.
That's a pucker tie.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at them though. I was like, "Those are nice," but
now that we've used them a few times, they're so awesome. You can turn anywhere into a bay. It's great.
nice. When I first met my former partner Terry, he had an Allison shop down in Phoenix, and they had column lifts, and we would pick up dump trucks and semis and stuff. But he only had two, so he'd pick up the front end real high, and it was always just that's a little scary.
Right?
When you're laying underneath that much weight, you just wow, it's break time already.
And we got another caller after the break.
Yeah, Tom's on the phone. We'll talk to him after the break. So, again, folks, you're listening to Drive Time. I'm going to give you the phone number, 928-541-1016. That's 928-541-1016. We're going to go to break. See you on the other side. Awesome. And welcome back, everybody. And I'm gonna skip up the phone order a little bit. Lolita has called back and did what we asked her. So let's hear what the results are. Lolita, what do you got for me? Hello, Miss Lolita.
Hello.
Just kidding.
Yes, I wanted to call you back and let you know I
Awesome.
did the testing that you said to do on it, and it did nothing. It just came back the way it usually does when I start the engine. There was no blinking anywhere.
Okay. Well, it's up to you what you do, but I would love to take a look at it. And I'm happy to look at it for you. We don't charge to look at it and give you our honest opinion.
It's not going to hurt just bringing it in really fast, letting Desmond and the guys take a look at it, especially if they're not going to charge you anything.
Yeah,
I think this
and
is a
that
Desmond.
would be true whether you keep it or donate it. At least you'll know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this
true.
is. I think this
just
is
hope I
going to
can
be
get
a
it to stay in
Desmond
the
job.
third year to get it back up there. You guys are about 18 miles away from me,
Yeah.
and I got to go on the Highway 89.
Well, one thing I will tell you to do is try downshifting into just regular drive, and if it does lock into gear, just pull over, cycle the key, and then start driving again.
That's what I had to do.
The
All
way
right, I'll
you
take care of
described
the
it.
other calls. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate your information. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day.
Bye bye. You too.
Okay, folks, so 928-541-1016. That's 928-541-1016. And then we got Tom on the phone. Tom, what's going on, buddy?
I'm just calling to say hi from down at the ranch, guys.
Awesome. What are you doing down at the ranch today? Are you getting hit by rain or storms yet?
It is cold and overcast, intermittent rain. Yesterday it rained most of the day, but I escaped that and went up to Phoenix for a bit. I had to do some business up there, came back down. But I just wanted to call and say hi and tell you guys, you sound like pros on the line, on the phone there today. On the phone, you're getting great calls.
Yeah, I love getting calls. People, give us a call, 928-541-1016. It's hard.
You all ought to consider opening auto repair shops of some kind.
You think so?
We should think about that.
Like that would work out. Hey, Tom, where else can they call if they have an issue at 2 or 3 in the morning? Is there another number we have?
Yeah.
I'll give you my cell phone, and you guys can call any time throughout the week. For those of you who don't know, I'm also a guest host on the show, and just happen to be calling from down here this weekend. But you can call any time, and I'll get you the answer if I don't know the answer. Odds are I won't know the answer. But it's 480-773-3131. It's 480-773-3131. If you do call outside of regular business hours, don't fear. You'll get a voice message. And go ahead and it's an anti-solicitor message, but listen to it and then go ahead and leave a message. Don't be intimidated by it. I just get a lot of solicitors that call all the time, so I won't consider you solicitors if you call.
Awesome.
Yeah. His message says he killed the last 3 solicitors that called.
He owns a tractor and some land.
Yeah.
But hey, don't be afraid to call him at 3 o'clock in the morning, folks.
You can always get through.
Always.
Yeah, you'll always get through then, that's for sure. Hey,
Well,
by the way,
awesome.
Desmond,
Yes.
Welcome back. Glad you made that trip safely.
I appreciate it.
Got out of Nashville just in the nick of time, didn't you?
Oh, I'm telling you, that storm was rolling in that afternoon, and we left in the morning, and 98% of that trip we were in clouds. There was no view at all out the window, clouds. Yeah. The entire, I can't believe how massive that storm is.
And I don't know if you looked at the news, but it's covering 40 states are being affected by it.
And
from eastern Arizona all the way up the East Coast.
That's that global warming thing.
And I did talk to John from AutoWorks. He did make it back last night at 6:30, so he made it back safe. He beat the storm as well. He said that he left early Thursday morning. And,
well, he got out just in time,
yeah.
All right.
So,
well, glad to hear your voices. You're all doing a great job and got a lot of calls today. That's good, too, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and we'll have to put off that raise till next week when Desmond's not here.
Yeah.
Is it the
yeah.
ladies' show next week? What's going on next week?
Tom manages the schedule. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, this is a little precursor for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Louis is going to come on with his son Will. If you've listened to Louis' commercial,
Yeah.
you've heard his son Will on the air. They have kind of a family variety of a commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to talk about some of the, well, I guess I could say Gen Z and Gen X perspectives of cars, because they look at cars totally different than what we did in our generation.
Tell you from experience.
I wonder if I should bring Stormy in.
That'd be
get
good.
Get her a perspective. She's still pretty green. She's still pretty new. She's learning, and she's probably punching the radio right now, telling me no. But
she's great.
I know.
She did a couple commercials for Desmond. You guys don't know. I don't think they're on the air yet. She's a natural.
She is good.
She is really good.
As soon as she got done recording that, Tom, I was like, whoop, I just found out who's going to be recording all my ads from now on. She sounded really good.
She's excellent. Yeah, she's great.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to pick her brain and see if she wants to come in for a millennial Gen Z thing. And
Yeah, we could bring back Irvin and
absolutely.
then not do anything. We'll just sit there and mock them.
Well,
But,
I mean,
know,
they're the
folks,
next ones. You
I
guys are
just
the
wanted
next
to put
ones.
a plug in. You know, the guys that are on the show every week, they're all volunteers. We joke about doubling pay and all that kind of stuff. Well, 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. They're all volunteers, the guys that are in there in that studio. They come in because it's a public service to all of you who are listening, and they are the best people to deal with if you ever have any car needs. I met them personally before I invited them to be a part of the show, and I just highly recommend them. I know there's a lot of other great local businesses in town too, and that's what I'm leading up to. They talked earlier about, choose local. I mean, when you deal with these big chains, you don't know, where that guy that you're talking to was last week. He has no relationship with the community, most likely. Anyhow.
I agree.
And these guys are all rooted in the community. Urban, born and raised, right? Urban,
Yes,
born
sir.
and raised in Prescott.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, Tom, they're cracking the whip again. I can't believe
All
this.
Well,
It's
I'll
time
let
for
you go. Everyone have a great week. It's going to be a great week to have.
There you go.
Awesome.
It saves us a few seconds at the end of the show now. Thanks.
And I'll let everybody know again. 928-541-1016. Ask us anything automotive. 928-541-1016. We're going to go on this break, and we'll see you on the other side. Awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to Drive Time, Northern Arizona's only live call-in radio talk show. Automotive talk show, excuse me. And then I'm going to throw out the number again, 928-541-1016. And then Miss Shannon just texted me, and she said, tell everybody I said hi. Stormy will be on. She said, okay. So I'll bring Stormy in, and let's get these younger folks' perspective. Do you struggle with that, Irvin, dealing with us old-timers when it comes to how you do
remember
things?
who your boss is.
Yeah.
I'll turn off his earphones.
The only thing that I really struggle with is when I'm explaining how the new systems work in these cars to the older generations who are used to the carburetors and stuff like that. And now you got the EFI, and explaining that to them. Okay, perfect example is we just had a Ram 2500 that we just had to do
The Starlink connector.
No, the front timing cover.
Okay.
And in order to do it, you got to pull up the tappets that sit on top of the cam. You have to pull them up and hold them there. Pull out the cam itself because the sprocket is attached to it, so you can't just pull it out. And just explaining the process to them, it's not like the old days where they were right there on the top, pop up a couple of them, pull it out, and you're done. You have to remove everything from the front. It literally looked like we butchered his truck because everything was gone. The bumper, the grill, the main supports,
Radiator.
everything was gone. And explaining that to him.
Just to do a timing cover.
Just to do the timing cover. And it took a little bit to get him to fully grasp that. And
what is that belt that they're talking about on the back of the new Duramax engines where you got to pull the transmission out every 100,000 to service a wet belt? Have you ran into that yet?
I have not ran into that yet.
Okay. Well, surprise.
Yay.
I was talking to Brandon Sloan. I'll give him a plug. He's a digital content creator, worked former GM tech and a transmission rebuilder. Anyway, he does a lot of videos on diagnosing, and he was talking about the new Chevys where you got to pull
belt.
Yeah, they're running a wet belt for the timing in the back of the engine. You got to pull the transmission out every 100,000 miles to change that belt and covers, and it looked like a pain in the butt. I was sitting there watching the video going, no, I'm not doing that.
You know people will be skipping that service.
Yeah,
Right.
And I wonder if that's an interference motor.
If it's a diesel, it is.
It is an interference.
Diesels run very close.
I'm telling you. So, Urban, what other challenges do you face as a youngster in this industry? I could tell you what I told my daughter this last week while we were in Tennessee. The biggest problem I have with millennials is you guys want your 30 years of experience in 6 months. And you got to be patient. You can't replace 30 years without 30 years.
Right.
So just kind of, but it's exciting because I watch these young kids. They're just so excited. They're so hungry, and they're smarter than us, so they pick up things faster than us. You got to be on your toes with the younger
I got a
generation.
Mark Twain quote. He said, I observed my father. When I was 18, I observed my father and came to the conclusion he was an idiot. When I was 25, I reevaluated my father, and I'm pleased to report that he learned a great deal in 7 short years.
Right.
We're starting to run out of time. So I guess plan on being here next week then, Irvin. And,
Next week?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
All right.
So you can be part of that millennial show. And
Make sure to tell the wife
what's
if
that?
she's not listening.
Surprise.
We've got about 30 seconds.
Okay, so again, thank our sponsors, John Lonis at AutoWorks, We'll Find Jerks at AutoWorks, Louie at Prescott Tire Pros over there next to Waters Garden, Mark Kroll from Southwest Truck and RV, and I'm Desmond with Prescott Valley Transmissions. We're getting close. You guys want to say anything?
Thank you. Buy local.
Yes. Isn't that the truth?
Support the mom and pop shops.
I'm telling you. The big chains, but I don't know. We've just bought a second shop. I hope to be a big chain someday. Okay, but anyway, folks, thanks for calling. See you next week.